Warning: the opinions expressed in this video do not represent YouTube, associations, agencies, nor any particular individuals. They are merely from a team assembled trying to pass the boredom of everyday life. Some explicit content may occur in this or future presentations. Viewer discretion may be advised. But ignore it if you're into that thing.
And I'm Belzilla.
And welcome to day 27 of the Wild Wolf Show SHOCKTOBERFEST. We've got a nice little interesting crime thriller for you today. It is Taking Lives, starring Angelina Jolie and Ethan Hawke. Well, most of you have known that myself, Benny, and DJC usually take the reins on a lot of these reviews, and we've noticed Belzilla hasn't done one yet. So she's the one who introduced me to this film, so it's what better way than to let her kind of give a quick rundown of the film. So.
Okay. So we start off in the past, and like flashback-ish, and there's like, okay, so there's two people, and they're walking down the road, and they're, I don't know, so a guy gets murdered, and you're like, oh dear, he got hit by a bus, or a car, and then, but this guy keeps on taking identities, you see, and it's like he's taking lives, and you're like, oh, that is weird, and then there's a body, and it's dug up at a construction site in Canada, and that's important to realize instead of France, because then you're going to be out this whole time like, why are they speaking so much English in like France? Because that's important to realize that it's in Canada, because that's why they speak French and English. Like, yeah. And I broke a rule.
That's alright, it happens.
And so that's important to realize when you're a dumb American.
Damn!
And so, yeah. And then there's this cool lady agent who's FBI, and they're all like, grr, I'm a man, I'm grumpy, I don't want her stepping on my territory, sorry. And they're like, oh, it's okay, she doesn't step on her bounds, and she doesn't sleep with everybody. And also she wears this ring, so she's probably totally married. And then later she's like, oh, I just wear that so people don't hit on me. As she says, as this guy later totally hits on her. And then, but yeah, so like, you find out that there's a serial killer who's been taking lives and living in them like a hermit crab. And he takes one life, and then he uses it as his identity, like stealing identities. And he doesn't do it in a way to live lavishly, but just live simply to have a way that was different than his original life. And he just uses them for a few years and then disposes of them. And it's all John Doe's and in a simple way. And through the twists and the turns of the movies, you'll realize that maybe your family wasn't so bad after all.
Right on. Well, now it's time to talk about what we like and what we don't like. So I'll start off with what I like. I like the premise of the film. I mean, it definitely takes a sway away from a lot of those CSI and FBI type movies like Silence of the Lambs and other things like that, where there's a serial killer that's taking identities, or pretty much just trying, like, it's not your basic like abduction movies.
Right.
So, and I liked especially the twist ending, especially about how everything went about and the killer's modus operandi and basically the motives for doing what they did. So, and Angelina Jolie's character, I liked her strength throughout the whole film and how she kind of deduced everything that was going on with the suspect. So
I liked Angelina's character definitely, and I liked her strength, and then later her vulnerability and the strength in that. I liked how you didn't know that there was a twist ending, and how it was completely out of nowhere. And if you haven't seen it, you should have seen it, or could see it. And sorry that we kind of said there was a twist ending, because that's a bit of a total spoiler. but it's okay.
Well, they won't know until they actually see it.
So you won't know until you actually see it, and then be like, oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
And, but I totally would recommend it. I would not recommend seeing it with your mother right next to you unless you were in a very open relationship with your mother, because there is totally a left boob incident. But, because it was a little awkward watching it with my mom, because, like, we'll watch Criminal Minds, and I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. There's death and gore everywhere, but then I never really have a left boob incident with my mother. I don't know, it was a little weird. It's like, oh, great, they're totally doing it now. With naked bodies everywhere.
Hey, it happens, Val. It happens.
Not. Where do you do with naked bodies doing all around you?
I'm just saying, sometimes you happen to see naked bodies in a movie, and sometimes it's with somebody of your family, and it just kind of happens. You don't know.
No, I'm saying, when do you have sex with naked bodies all around you?
Oh, that? Oh, no, that would...
I don't recall that.
I don't recall that either, so rabble.
Anyways, let's jump to what we didn't like.
Okay. What I don't like is, there's not much I didn't really like.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say some of the red herring moments,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, where things aren't as what they seem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gone without some of the male violence against Angelina Jolie. I mean, obviously with an action thriller film, you know, there's going to be some form of, you know, misogynistic violence.
Right.
But when one of the French detectives smacks her in the face, yeah.
Then the apology's like, I've never hit a woman before. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just...
That's kind of like, what kind of apology is that?
Yeah.
Like, I've never done this before, so I don't know how to apologize for it.
Yeah.
Like, how about get on your hands and knees and grovel? I don't know.
Right? You...
Go kill your... I don't know.
we
shouldn't say that.
We at the
That's
Wild
really
Wolf Show did
horrible.
not believe in bullying or telling
Yeah,
people to
I
go
don't
kill
know.
themselves.
Yeah, don't do that either, but I don't know, I'm not condoning it, I'm not condemning it, I'm just saying, don't do that ever, don't...
Yeah.
I don't know, that's bad. It's all bad.
We don't condone violence, only self-defense.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Fair enough.
Um,
Anything else you don't like?
I didn't like that it's going to be awkward looking at Wes's neighbors because there was a jump scare and I totally bloody murdered screamed.
It happens, honey. You're gonna,
Yeah, but I looked like...
It's not the first time you've screamed during a horror movie, and it won't
Yeah,
be
but I
the
was
last.
like, ah! But this was like, I'm dying scream.
Ah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
She worries too much, but it's okay.
Nothing. But yeah,
Anything else you didn't like?
I think I liked it better the second time because I'm more warped now and I can handle the grotesque things now. So the first time around when I watched it, I was like, oh, not watching all this. The fingerprints and the bloodies. But no, I kind of like it now.
All right. Well, there's nothing left other than that. Then grading this, Val, what would you want to give this?
I think A+.
A+?
One of my
Okay.
favorites.
Fair enough. I mean, she gives A+. I want to kind of agree a little bit.
You don't have to
No,
vote.
I know that. It's just the red herring bit kind of threw me off a little bit. So, I mean, for what it's worth, I will give this one a solid A.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a good movie all around. I recommend it to anybody. It's got a good rewatchability factor to it.
There are some trigger moments, so just watch yourself with that and know your boundaries.
Exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Make sure that you like, share, comment what you liked about this video and what you didn't like. What do you think you would like for us to do in future episodes? But as always, push the red button. And don't forget to ring that bell for instant notifications every time we post something on Dragonfire Entertainment. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes.
And I'm Basil.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you for taking lives with us.
Exactly. See you for day 28.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Wes.
Dude,
Dracula is back, bro. He's back
What?
again.
Motherfucker. Alright, I knew I was gonna have to
Whoa,
come down to this.
whoa.
I'm gonna go Simon Belmont on his.
You can't Castlevania.
Why not?
He's owned by Marvel in this one. Don't worry, buddy. You'll get to be Simon Belmont someday. I believe in you.
Let's go X-Men on it.
Wolverine?
Schnicky, schnicky, schnoik!
Nice.